You're watching The View. The G View on BigGOnline.com.
Yo. No selector, don't get ready for Rumble. Rumble this name, yeah? Rumble! Talk time is over. It's time to find out who is the baddest sound in Canada. Let me see who I run the top.
Shit, hot up in the six right now, shit. Hot up in the six, boy.
The date is Saturday, January 23rd. The venue, the Victoria Banquet in Toronto, Canada.
I want you to turn up loud.
7 sounds will battle for the right to represent Canada at World Clash 2016. And only one could be crowned Canada's Sound Clash champion.
Who's sound can bust in girl?
Who will it be? Little Thunder, Stepper Choice, Don Rankin, Outcast, King Turbo, Brimstone Gold, and Climax.
Rumble!
This is not an easy one, but here's some words of advice for the top 3 US Rumble contenders.
This is Dapper Lee representing Innocent Sound, the US Rumble champion. And I say if you want to be a champion, you have to use your dub plate and your 45 them and bust the place.
Yo, this is Jimmy Split from King Shine Sound. We can't tell you no this. We make nice in the Rumble, that performance is the key.
Get there! Sober sick on the rebel next level at all. You see the Canadian Rumble? You have a juggle for kill.
Oh, and how can I forget? Chin has some harsh words to share.
If you're not serious about Sound Clash, move your
Ace, Chin, easy yourself, my boss. Set on Saturday, January 23rd, the Victoria Banquet Hall, Toronto, Canada.
Let me see who I got dead for soon.
Canadians, there's only one way for your country to be represented in the greatest clash on earth, World Clash 2016. And that's by winning the Canadian Rumble.
Massive year singer Tyrus Riley representing for Big G video. Big G, you know what I mean? Blessed.
Internet TV to the universe.
Love on to G View.
Welcome back to G View TV. We do have here our guest, the promoter, the producer of Canada Rumble. They also produce and promote World Clash. They're also the producers, owners, promoter of Soundchat Radio. We do have here Chin and Ninja. What go on, my boss?
Give thanks, my brother. Thanks for having me.
Respect, man.
Tomorrow is the big night. Yes. I've been telling the viewers, people been flying in from all over the world, because people want to witness this Canadian Rumble. And it's been long waiting, and I want to say thank you. I can't tell you how much, but thank you. A lot of promoters try this. A lot of promoters want to do it, and they're scared.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of bias is in music, which we all know. So that's why I want to thank you guys, because this is one of the biggest clash that's going to be kept on Canadian soil.
I think it's time. One of the reasons why we actually looked at Canada is I think it's time. You know, I was sitting in the office after the US Rumble, which was definitely something that was phenomenal, you know, and Ninja turned to me and said, let's go to Canada. Let's take the Rumble to Canada. And at the timing, it was great. And when we sat down and we looked at it, there hasn't been enough focus on Canada. We know, because we're sound men, that there's talent in Canada. We know the sound them bad. But as I was speaking to some of the brethren in the hall, I think that the problem that has Canada's sound culture has been having is a lack of international marketing. The sound systems here in Canada, they're bad. But they're not allowing their reputation to get outside of Canada. You know, the audio is not coming out, the video is not coming out. So the work that they've been doing pretty much has been kind of concealed to Canada. Bringing the Rumble here and, you know, giving Canada a shot to go to the World Clash 2016, right away we knew that it would bring international attention to Canada, because the World Clash is an international event. So that's the whole strategy behind it. I think that the industry is dying. It's in a dormant stage, and the more chances we can get to get young talent in the industry is the more we have to, move towards that way. So the US Rumble, the Canadian Rumble, the UK Rumble, all of these Rumbles is geared at just creating new champions.
So you actually had a US Rumble too?
Yes, the US Rumble was the prototype for what we're doing now. And let me quickly explain to you why we say so. We took the World Clash venue. And we took one of the biggest gambles that we've ever taken in the almost 2 decades that we've been doing what we do. We decided that we were going to take the World Clash venue and we were going to put all of the young and upcoming sound systems in that venue on that World Clash stage and allow them to compete to represent the US for the World Clash. The reason why we decided to do that is because we feel that if these young selectors are the ones that's going to replace Tony Mataran and Ricky Trooper and Squingy and all of the great class selectors, then we have to give them the same platform so we can judge them off of the same measuring stick that we're judging the greats off of. You know what I mean? So we put them in there. A lot of people felt that it could not work at the time. And the crowd was ginormous. It was a very ginormous turnout. And it said two things in the industry today. One, it said that the industry is ready to move on. You know what I mean? If the crowd failed to turn out, then what it would mean is that the industry is still at the Tony Matarans and the Mighty Crowns and the David Radigan. So to see people come pour into the door meant, yeah, man, it's time. The time has come. And after that, we decided that where else is there really good talent? Where else would we like somebody to represent on the World Class stage? Where else has not been represented on the World Class stage for quite some time? And it was Canada.
Ninja say Canada.
Yeah, man. I remember say you have a World Class champion in Canada,
Yes.
Newbie, you know what I mean? So
yes.
Canada been represented on a big stage before, and it's good because there's a lot of sounds down here. Because as I represent a Mighty Crowd, I come down here and enough sound give me problems down here. I get killed down here from big sounds down here. So you know it's a bad sound down here. Them just need that international exposure. Them need to be, the world need to see them and say bad sound there Canada. So the best way to do it is just US Rumble.
How did you guys pick out 7 songs? Because that's the only negativity I heard so far since this whole promotion of the Rumble.
7 songs is what we had. A lot more sounds.
Yes,
7 songs is
and some people like call the TV station like, I told them not pick me.
Well, let me say this, and then big up to Jill, of course, right? Jill is the person who is presenting this Canadian Rumble here, and I gotta applaud her because she did a great job, and she was up for the challenge when she got the phone call from my establishment saying that this is something that we would like to do. Could she help us out and do it? Now, a lot of the sound systems that the Canadian people might be saying, why them sound they never in it? I can tell you this. Jill won't tell you because it may be the politics. But
yes.
Almost every single sound that you can think of in Canada was called. And they turned it down.
And they turned it down.
And they turned it down. But this is what happens in our culture, G. Right? When someone comes to you with an ideal and you may not see the vision at the time, you just, whatever.
That's small.
Yeah, but no, it seems like the anticipation is growing and everywhere you go, everybody's talking about it. You yourself, you're not going to tell somebody, say, you know, them did give me the call, I'm going to take it. You just have to say, yo, if them boy, they call me, I kill off the one of them.
That's what they call the TV stations. Like, if they call me, oh.
Yes.
But them get called.
Everybody got called.
So everybody got their fair share of calling.
Right. Yes.
And you only could come up with 7.
Because here's the thing, and I must admit this, I have my Canadian favorite sounds, and I'm not going to say who they are because I don't want to, anyone to feel disrespected. But I have my Canadian favorite sounds, and when those songs was contacted and they kind of backed out or didn't jump at the opportunity, I was a little bit disappointed.
Yes,
right. And it was Jill that turned around and said to me, "Said Chin, me know you love them sound there and them sound there bad, but some other bad sound there too."
That's what make it interesting, right? Because then you have, I don't want to say the baddest set of sound in Canada, but some of the baddest sounds in Canada is not on Tomorrow's Night bill.
True.
And and the bill that you have is still crazy.
But here's the thing. Also in New York, it was the same thing, right? The baddest set of sounds in New York, or notorious for our area, or the states, I should say, right? Because it's not restricted to New York. They weren't on the bill either. So everyone looked at it and said, you know what? Them sound are not really killing nobody yet. They haven't really touched the big stage, so this possibly would not work, right? So all of the sound systems who are quote unquote the big sounds in the territory, same thing that's happening to you guys here in Canada, sat back and said, yeah, let me see how this are gonna work out, right? But what they did now is they opened the door for the people in Canada to start looking at other sounds to become the heroes of tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening now.
See, what's the greatest thing about this Rumble is that I said big up Jill is the promotion of Rumble. Because maybe the other sounds things and maybe a Rumble a joke thing, but after them see the promotion and the exposure
they like it's serious.
And they talk about them say, well, I wish me was part of it because them really realize there's something serious, something big.
It's crazy. Chin and Ninja, there's an elephant that I want to clear out of the room.
Yes, do so.
And I noticed that every clash that you guys put on, there is at least one sound that always cut a dub disrespecting you guys. And why?
Listen,
because you're the promoter of the show.
That's been going on for ages, man. And
why though? Why?
As a promoter, you can't take it personal. That's part of the thing.
It's not ungratefulness at all. And let me say that because I get the diss in the most, right?
That man is a
it's not ungratefulness at all.
Well, how that drop in though? Because
here it is. And Ninja may have a different explanation for it. It's simple. Let me explain to you, right? There is no one that has rules, and when we came into this industry, almost 2 decades ago, we never knew that we would adopt the position that we have in the culture. We never knew that we would be at the forefront of the sound system culture. We came in as two youth, Irish and myself, we love clash, and we decided to say we're gonna keep some clash, and it snowballed, right? There is a situation that happens in the culture where as you rise, there are those who pull you down. So what happens is that the ones who have been able to rise with us, with the Irish and Chin brand, right, are the ones who may co-sign the brand all the time, right? But then there are those who feel that they should have got the opportunity to also rise because them better than the man them with Chin and Irish and Ninja in DAS. Yes. So hence comes a whole movement of individuals who feels that we are going to overthrow the Irish and Chin movement and the Irish and Chin regime.
Yes.
There are those now who want to be the superstars of tomorrow. Yes. So they go on this social media because social media good and it bad enough. Yes. Right? So you go on the social media now and people see this Ray Chin, Ray Irish, Ray Ninja, Ray Mighty Crown. And because so much people are saying it, they buy into it.
Yes.
The selectors now realize that, nobody not like Chin. Nobody not like Ninja. So it is easy for them to go on the stage though and cut that down, forget that cheap forward there.
Right.
Because it seems to be, something that everybody can relate to. But in most cases, in 9 out of 10 cases, it is only about getting the forward. It's not really about,
So you don't take it personal?
No, man.
I don't take it personal because here's the thing. I am someone who throws very hard thumps, right? Mature thump. We have the #1 radio show that is dedicated to sound system culture that airs in 24 cities across the world, including Africa, right? So when we say, say G, a boy that G, don't play them sound like them splice, that hurt you.
Yes.
So with short tongue, right?
Splice.
So everybody I go pre the next time them hear say, say me have to listen because Chin said G thing splice. So with that power, I have to also be able to accept when somebody else throws a thump at me.
Yes.
So it's thump for thump then. And it keeps the industry going. So never once do we ever take it personal when we know it's coming from a standard, a stand where a man just a run on the stage to get a forward. And some of these people will do anything to get a forward.
And you have to understand, say the greats do it already.
Yes.
The greats of sound business do it already.
I have seen, and let's further, talk about this elephant that you says in the room. I have seen the great selector Ricky Trooper put out a video, put it on YouTube, which went viral.
Yes.
In the midst of the video, he was attacking my character and some of the top people in Jamaica But of course, to the sound system culture, right? I stood out more than anything because it relates more to the sound system culture.
Yes.
I've seen Trooper do that. And by a week or two after that was aired and became viral, I saw Ricky Trooper at my office saying to me, Chin, you know the thing, man, I just hype, man. Ask him.
Yeah, man.
This is what is done.
That's what it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? One of my greatest friends, which I would say is a good friend of mine, you know, business-wise and musically, who I always say is the greatest of all times in my mind.
I gotta commend you on that though, because it wouldn't go well with a lot of people.
Well, it's what it is. It's the industry that you're in. So you have to know that you're in an industry where if a man can swing on your, you know, on your rope to get a forward to win a clash, he will do it, and then behind the stage him come to you and say, Chin, come on man, you can't vex about that. I just saw it go.
I had to get that. All right.
I saw it go. You look at the relationship what we have with Tony.
Yeah, man.
And every now and again
Tony
you will catch
thump.
Tony and throw some thump. My thing is this, and it's the last thing that I will say on the subject. When you throw a thump, you just have to look at it as we look at it. You have to be able to take thump.
Yes.
That's when it becomes a problem. When you fling a thump and you can't take it back,
It's a problem.
then it now becomes a problem.
There's Rumble in UK
That's
in
coming
US.
up.
Right.
and Canada.
Yes.
How do you get the sounds from Jamaica? How do you pick those sounds?
Ah, boy, it's a hard task.
Here's something that I really need to express to you guys. I don't know how much time we have, right? The mistake that we made in the sound system culture. At the time, I didn't see the mistake happening, and Ninja disagrees with this. But I didn't see the mistake. I didn't see the mistake that we were doing, but it turned out to be something that caught up with us. Over the years, there's only been one major reward for sound system culture, which has been the World Clash.
Yes.
Right? So you have 50,000 sound boys across the world that wants to be recognized for their credibility, their input, right? Their craft, right? 7 of them get picked to go on the World Class stage. Out of the 7, only 1 can win. So out of 50,000 sound systems across the world, hypothetically, only 1 gets rewarded every year. Even the Grammys awards multiple people, right?
Yes.
And you know, the World Clash is the Soundman Grammys, right? So what we decided to do is we decided now, because the industry is slowing down a little bit, to speed it up, we want to know recognize sound systems in different regions across the world.
Now you're going to Jamaica for new sounds. Are you going to Jamaica for new sounds?
No, we're not going to Jamaica for new sounds. What we're going to look at is a Caribbean rumble.
Caribbean rumble.
Right.
So the Caribbean rumble would consist of Jamaica, Trinidad.
How are you going to pick the
Barbados.
sounds though?
How do we pick the sounds? that becomes a little challenging.
Well, we try to find the best.
Yeah, we find the best.
Best in the island.
Or we
you know?
leave it to.
So you probably have to start from like a parish thing.
No, man, we can't do that.
We don't
because
have to do that.
You can't go Antigua, Trinidad.
Yes, it becomes too consuming. Most of the time when you enter a territory, you are able to figure out which sounds are making noise and which sounds are not. Right? Yes. And then you can use a promoter such as we linked up with Jill here to do a process of elimination.
But most of the sounds that we actually interview, how old are you? 24 years old.
That's a good thing.
25 years old.
It's a good thing.
But you only start hearing about them like a few years ago, 6 years ago.
Yep.
And everybody say, yo, my son, they bought long time. And Chin no pick me. And that's the tricky part. I always say, how Chin do it? How you guys do it? How you pick the sound? How you gonna go Caribbean rumble?
Somebody is always going to be upset about not being picked. I just gave you a hypothetical figure of 50,000 people. Someone is always going to be upset.
But the thing is that no. If you're busy saying Chin don't pick you, the question should be among yourself. What are you doing that Chin don't see you?
That make us
How much noise are you making that Chin don't see you? If you're making enough noise in kind of way, people are saying that sound they don't have bad enough. Chin can't overlook you.
You're not a bad sound if you have time invested and just dub plates.
Yes.
And this is the misconception. Time and dub plates for most of the people make them feel that they're a bad sound. To us, you can be the younger sound with less dub plates, but people are calling your name and your brand is out there. And that is more valuable to us than you having a sound for 20 years with a whole heap of tenor sound, garnet silk dub plate and nobody don't know you.
So go back to say promotion of your sound.
Promotion. Well, I would say Clash again is on the rise.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I want to say that everybody's talking about Clash, and I think I don't know if it's because the Optus that or the hiatus that it took from the business, and now the people are craving for it. That's why.
I don't want people to get lost in that though. Clash is on the rise, but it has not arrived, and I want to make that a very good point. Clash is on the rise, but it has not yet arrived. Once we start to feel like the Clash industry has now arrived, we will start to put in less work because we think that we've gotten there. We're not there because there are still events where there's only 150 people showing up, 200 people showing up. Yes, the Rumble tomorrow will be rammed, but that's a one-off. What about the weekly ones?
There was a Clash last week. King Adis versus somebody in the States.
Soul Supreme.
I just heard the SoundCloud part of it. I don't know how fill it was, how packed it was, but I heard it was a good Clash.
It was a great one.
Were you there?
Yeah, man, I was there. We were.
How was the turnout?
The turnout was great. It was a very good turnout.
And that's what we're actually looking for again.
Right.
In Clash. We're looking for the turnout.
And this is why I'm saying that now that promoters are coming into it and keeping the clashes, we can say that Clash is rising. But we cannot say it's arrived until we start seeing this thing in, these people lined up to go into these clashes and enjoy themselves, not only on a one-off, but regularly.
The Guinness Clash that they keep in Jamaica, does it has anything to do with your thing now?
No.
No, I mean, it has nothing to do with us. It is just corporate coming in, and this is something that we also have to be careful of too. It is corporate coming in and manipulating the culture to suit their benefit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not a bad thing, but we also have to be able to realize what's going on.
We got another question. On your Sound Chat Radio, you guys talk about sounds on a weekly basis and what's going on over the world. And people are asking if anytime soon you guys gonna have like guests that come in and do like a 15-minute clash on your radio show.
We've been doing that, man. It's the saddest thing is that we don't have an outlet here in Canada because the show is awesome and it's entertaining, and we don't do 15 minutes, we do 3 hours. So we do 3-hour sound clashes, correct, Ninja?
In the studio clashes.
In the studio clashes. And we've done not small ones. We've done Bodyguard versus Silverhawk. We've done LP, Soul Supreme, and Earth Ruler. So we do big sounds, and the reason why we do it is because we want the people who listen to the radio station who have this bad stigma about sound clashing to enjoy it in their own comfort zone. Right. So maybe when they see a flyer, they will go out and do it and come and participate.
There you have it, guys. Tomorrow night, Rumble, Canadian Rumble. The producer, the promoter is here. So you don't know, it's not a flan thing. Crazy, get your tickets. It's going to be held in the La Victoria Banquet
and Ninja
Hall.
Be hosting.
Ninja.
So,
Ninja is definitely the person that will keep everything on the order. Straight.
So,
he hosted the US Rumble, so he's the official. Let me say this. Firelinks is the official vice of the Rumble series.
Yes.
And Ninja is the official host of the Rumble series.
Ninja?
Yeah, man.
You have your work cut out. Canadian fans. Don't listen to the noise. That's all.
How about you say?
That's the only thing I can say. Don't listen to they will trick you.
Nah,
by the show of hands, who win this round? And they start making noise.
Nah, but you say, if you keep it strict on a certain order, you tell them straight from earlier, so this is a nice clash. This is a hand clash.
But before we go, I definitely have to say this to you real quickly, and the people who are listening and watching in Canada. Do not come with a biased perspective, because if you come with a biased perspective, you may send the wrong sound to World Clash to represent Canada, which will only further embarrass your country.
I say that.
You understand? So you have to be non-biased, non-objective. If your favorite sound not go on with nothing, tell him to go home and vote for the best sound.
Pat him on the shoulder.
Yes, because guess what? You will be biased and send the wrong sound who's not equipped to represent on that stage, and it's just going to set back the Canada Clash market.
Well, Crazy, thank you, Chin. Thank you for coming out, you know what I mean? It was great having you guys on GView TV. opening up the eyes of people on the outside to let them know what Clash is all about.
Looking forward to tomorrow.
When they hear the word Clash, they think it's negative.
Yeah.
You know?
I just want to tell the sound them say, just come prepared. Remember, say, sound system, you can play 45 in the
and
Clash.
do not. Yes, Ninja. Thank you so much. We were here having some side talks and not talking about what we need. 45s have to be played in this Clash, people.
Is there a round for it, or you could play
No,
the 45s
throughout the whole dance, and then there's a round called 45 shop lock when there's only 3 sounds still standing on the stage. We do not want this to be a dub plate only Clash.
Okay, so you're saying round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, you could play 45 anytime you feel like.
Yes, we have a round called 45 shop lock, and that's when the 3 last remaining sounds are on the stage. Then they have to play dub plates, and in the tune for tune round, you have to play dub plates. We're urging the sound systems to play 45s because we want to move the Clash industry towards it not being so dependable on the artists.
Yes.
Financing.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So 45 speed play, it doesn't matter if you play a 10-minute round and you play 145 on 2 dub plate. As long as the crowd that jump and the crowd say if you stay in at the Clash, you can't get eliminated.
Well, I gotta be there tomorrow because I need to see this. It's a little bit tricky tomorrow night.
Just come prepared, man. Just come prepared. Come early. Come early because the Clash start on time.
Yes.
On time. Come early. Sound system no come perform. Do the best you can.
And pick a sound that you're proud of.
You know
pick a sound that you would say,
Yeah.
I feel confident that this sound will stand up against some of the biggest names in the culture of sound system, sound system culture. So give thanks for having us. And again, gotta give thanks to Jill for presenting and doing the work here on the ground. It is the Canadian Rumble, and it's going to be what we call a Zuva-wooski tomorrow.
Yeah.
Say it again. Say it again.
We create our own words, you know?
Yeah, we create our own words.
What's it called?
It's called a Zuva-wooski.
Okay. Give your radio station a plug there, Chin.
Soundcheck Radio, irishandchin.com, Mondays and Tuesdays. Monday from 7 to 10, Tuesday from 5 to 8. Be a part of it. It's crazy.
The only sound system based reggae dance hall talk show, and we talk. So definitely give us a listen. irishandchin.com.
Sit tight, GView TV. We'll be right back.
Yo. No selector, don't get ready for Rumble. Rumble this name, yeah?
Rumble! Talk time is over. It's time to find out who is the baddest sound in Canada.
Let me see who I run the top.
Shit, hot up in the 6 right now, shit. Hot up in the 6, boy.
The date is Saturday, January 23rd. The venue, the Victoria Banquet in Toronto, Canada.
That what you turn up loud.
7 sounds will battle for the right to represent Canada at World Clash 2016. And only one could be crowned Canada's Sound Clash champion.
Who's sound can bust it, girl?
Who will it be? Little Thunder, Stepper Choice, Don Rankin, Outcast, King Turbo, Brimstone Gold, and Climax.
Rumble!
This is not an easy one, but it's some words of advice for the top 3 US Rumble contenders.
This is Dapper Lee representing Innocent Sound, the US Rumble champion. May I say, if you want to be a champion, you have to use your dub plate and your 45 them and bust the place.
Yo, this is Jimmy Split from King Shine Town. We can't tell you no this. We make nice in the Rumble, that performance is the key.
Get near. Sober sick on the rebel next level at all. You see the Canadian Rumble? You have a juggle for kill.
Oh, and how can I forget? Chin has some harsh words to share.
If you're not serious about Sound Clash, move your
Ace, Chin, ace yourself, my boss. Set a Saturday, January 23rd. The Victoria Banquet Hall, Toronto, Canada.
Let me see who I got dead for soon.
Canadians.
There's only one way for your country to be represented in the greatest clash on earth,
World Clash 2016.
and that's by winning the Canadian Rumble.
Alright, this is Wally British representing live from out of Toronto, Canada for GView TV. Now I'm gonna know say right at the hottest online TV this right now. That's how the thing there and me for telling about it right now. I don't know what day and age you know live in a car. Me say yo, a modern time when I must live on the rock because me say yo GView at the hottest online TV program right now. So right now make certain sound log on to them at biggonline.com, cause guess what? If you don't have no internet and now watch TV online, red flag.
Big G video, come to rule. And we have the title, and we have the tool. Hi folks, my name is Sanchez, and when I'm in town, always tune in to the Big G video. Keep it locked right there, so Sanchez say, yeah, man. Peace.
The new app sick. Go get, if you don't have the new app, go get it in the Play Store. Type in GView TV.
And it comes right up. First thing that pops up.
Everything that's going on, you can watch it. You can watch your past shows,
previous shows, and even the live show. It's easier to see the live show from
G-View.
Them are gonna need wings, we catch you.
BigGOnline.com. G-View.